Hello and welcome to today's technology video. My name is Jessica. I am the technology instructor at the Wando Mount Pleasant Library. Today we're going to be talking about getting ebooks on your Kindle device. So we'll look at a couple different types of devices. First we'll look at a regular Kindle, and this would be the same way that you would go about it if you had a Kindle Paperwhite as well. This is just the basic Kindle here, and you would send it from your computer, do all the downloading and everything on your computer, and then it would show up on your device. We'll also look at a Kindle Fire, which is more like a tablet, and we can actually get the Overdrive app on here and then just download it straight from the app instead of going through the computer. So we'll look at both of those devices and how to get ebooks on them today. We're going to start with the basic Kindle, how to get ebooks onto that device. So we will need to open up a browser, and then we'll go to ccpl.org, the library's website. From here, we're going to go to Use Your Library, Digital Collections, Books and Magazines, and then we'll click on Overdrive. Right now we're in Overdrive. We'll need to sign in first. So up here in the top right, I'm going to click on sign in, and then it asks for your library card number. So we'll need your library card number and your Amazon sign in to get these books onto your Kindle device. So once we get the books checked out, once we're ready to download them, it will take us to Amazon, and then we'll sign in with that account. So first let's put in our card number, and then we'll click on sign in. Right, it takes us back to the landing page for Overdrive. I can scroll through and find a book that I would be interested in checking out. So you can borrow it straight from here, or you can click on the image of the book to get more information about it. I'm going to borrow this one here, so I'll click on borrow, and then you can set it to borrow for 14 days or 7 days. I'm going to leave it at 14 days and click on borrow. So this is what we want to do, read now with Kindle, but we can also read it from the browser here as well. I'm going to click on read now with Kindle, and this is where it opens up a new tab and takes me to an Amazon sign in. So I'm going to go ahead and sign into my Amazon account. All right, it takes you to the Amazon page for that Kindle book. And then on the right hand side here, you will see a button to get library book. It will also give you the option to deliver it to a specific device, but it will show up in your library on all your devices. I'm going to click on get library book. And it says here that your digital library book will be delivered the next time your device syncs. So you do want to make sure that your Kindle is on Wi-Fi to be able to pick up that book and download it to the device. So now we've done all the computer work. We have checked out the book and we've downloaded it through Amazon. And now we're going to go to our Kindle here and make sure it's downloaded to our library on here. So I'm going to go to your library. And then the one that we just downloaded is right there at the very top. All right, so it's a pretty easy process once you get used to it. You just sign into Overdrive on the computer, check out the book, click on Read with Kindle, sign into your Amazon account, and click on Get Library Book, and then check your Kindle, and it will be there waiting for you. Let's go through that process one more time. We'll practice by checking out another book. So I'm going to click on the icon here for the library, and then I will find another book to check out. And you can see that some are available, some there are a wait list on, so I'm just going to check out one that's available here. And then I'll click on borrow, leave it at 14 days, click on borrow again, and then read now with Kindle. And I was still signed in from the first time I signed into Amazon, so this is a little bit easier. It doesn't take me through that sign-in process again. So you may want to go ahead and sign into Amazon before you get into Overdrive, so it's just a little bit easier to go through the process. Either way works fine though. So I'm going to click over here on the right to get library book, and now it's going to send it to my Kindle, and it will be there waiting for me. Once we're ready to read the book, we would just tap on it. So I'm going to go into Where the Crawdads Sing. And it does download it to this device, so you'll see it at the bottom there, the percentage, and then a check mark once it's all downloaded. So I'll tap on it again to open it up. And it gives you about this book. We'll close that out. And then you've got the book there. You can change the font size and some other things about this. So if you tap towards the top middle of the device, you'll see there we've got the big A, little a, and that's going to give us options to change the theme, the font, the layout, and a couple of other things. So for instance, if you wanted the font size to be bigger, you could adjust that down here by pressing the plus sign. You could change the font type, make it bold. The layout, you can change the orientation, the alignment, the spacing. So if the lines are too squished together, you can space them out. And then under more, you've got options as far as, how will it show you your reading progress, and other things like that. When you're ready to return books from Overdrive, there are a couple of different ways to do that. You can do that through Overdrive. So here on the Overdrive page, if I go to my bookshelf, which is these 3 books right here in the top right, I'll click on that. That takes me to my bookshelf, all the loans that I've got checked out right now. So under each one, I have the option to return. I'll go ahead and click on return. And then, are you sure you want to return this title? Yes, return title. Okay, so that's one of the ways that you can return early. Another way is through Amazon.com. So if you go through the menu on the top left, scroll down to Kindle, e-readers, and books, and click on that. And then go to Kindle Books. And here across the top, you'll see Manage Content and Devices. We'll tap on that. And this page is going to show you all the books that you have checked out, as well as any that you have bought from Amazon. Clicking on those 3 dots, and then you see the option to return this book. So I'll go ahead and click on that. And then, are you sure you want to return this book? We'll say yes. So that's been returned. So those are the 2 ways that you can return books, either through Amazon, the Manage Content and Devices page, or straight through Overdrive. Now I'm going to go through the process of checking out a book on the Kindle Fire. So I'm going to find the Overdrive app on Kindle Fire and tap that to go into it. From here, I will tap on the plus sign to add a title. That takes us to the Overdrive homepage. So I can scroll down and find a book that I would like to check out. And I will tap on borrow. I'll keep it at 14 days and tap on borrow again. And this looks the same as it did on the computer. So we get that pop-up, and we can tap on read now with Kindle. I'm already signed into my Amazon account, so it takes me straight to the page where I can get the library book. So I'm going to tap on get library book. And I can go straight to my Kindle app from here. So I'll tap on go to Kindle for Android. And it's downloading right there at the very top. I have my device in landscape mode. It would look a little bit different if it was in portrait mode. So this is just kind of laid out a little bit differently than you might see if you're holding your device a different way. Going into the Kindle app and opening a book, you'll still have the options to change the font style and everything. Up in the top right corner, you've got that same big A, little a that we saw in the regular Kindle. You can, once again, make the text size bigger. Another thing that you can do here that you couldn't do on the Kindle itself is change the background color. So we could change it from white to black, or one of those other colors. The Kindle Fire also gives us access to some of CCPL's other resources. Hoopla and RB Digital apps are available on the Kindle Fire. So we can go into Hoopla. And we can look at ebooks. And we could download an ebook in Hoopla. So I'm going to borrow this one, borrow title. It will download to your device, and then you can read it right here in the Hoopla app. There's also the RB Digital app on the Kindle Fire, which provides access to e-magazines. If you go through the menu in the top left corner and tap on Magazines, you'll see the full list of magazines available for checkout. Once you check these out and download them to your device, you can read them right there on the device, and they will not automatically return. They will stay on your device once you have downloaded them. All right, so we do have access to Overdrive as well as Hoopla and RB Digital on the Kindle Fire. So that gives us a little more options as far as ebooks and magazines that we can read and check out from those apps. Okay, so today we saw how to borrow an ebook by going into Overdrive on the computer, borrowing, and then downloading the book through Amazon, and it would send it to our regular Kindle device. We also looked at going through the Overdrive app on a Kindle Fire tablet and downloading the book from the Overdrive app, and then it showing up in our Kindle library that way. So a couple different ways to go about it depending on which device you have. If you have any further questions, please come by one of your libraries or give us a call, and we'd be happy to answer those questions. Thank you.